there, it's Seb Fry the Realtor here, and in this video, I'm going to address the cost, the actual dollar cost of overpricing your home. If you've heard that it's bad to overprice your home, but you're not sure what that's actually going to cost you, then you definitely want to watch this video. All right, well, before I get into all that, would you do me a favor? Would you mash that subscribe button right there and subscribe to my YouTube channel? And don't forget to click the little bell to make sure that you get a notification every time I put up a fun, informative, and fact-filled video, kind of like this one. All right, if you've ever talked to a realtor seriously about putting your home on the market, they probably have told you, listen, you don't want to overprice your home. You probably hear that a lot. I mean, I certainly find myself telling that to many of my clients. The biggest danger for you is not underpricing your home. The biggest danger to you is overpricing your home. And actually, as an aside, you can't really underprice your home. And I've talked about that before, but maybe I'll make another video and talk about how you can't underprice your home. But in this video, I really want to talk about the actual cost, the actual number of dollars that you are going to lose by overpricing your home. And so the good people at Compass, they have provided some very eye-opening statistics that they got from actually studying the markets. They actually crunched a lot of numbers. It's pretty impressive what they've put together. And don't worry, it's not like a book. It's actually pretty short and concise. And I think it really hits home very quickly how important it is not to overprice your home. But why? Why does overpricing your home actually cost you anything? Some people don't really believe that it does, but actually there are a number of reasons why overpricing your home will cost you. Well, let me start out by bringing up a classic book. Maybe you've read it, Home Selling for Dummies. Does that sound familiar? Home Selling for Dummies tells it like it is, that when you overprice your home, what you do is you stigmatize your home, because people are going to come to your house and they're not going to see the value in it that you are asking for the price, and that makes them feel like there's something wrong with it. It may also make them feel like there's something wrong with you, right? That you are not really motivated to sell your home, and that it will be hard to work with you, and that getting a deal on your home is going to be possibly out of reach. Another thing to really understand is that, the price for your home, it is a market price. It's a negotiated market price, but, at the end of the day, you can only get as much money out of the market as you possibly can, right? I mean, it's not possible to get water from a stone. That just can't happen. So you do need a realtor who's going to be able to, milk that money out of the buyers and find out really how much they possibly can pay. But at a certain point, you're going to reach the limit of what people are going to pay for your property. And that's one thing to understand, is that, you, the seller, doesn't really set the price. You can agree to a price. Your realtor isn't going to really set the price. He can suggest a price. The buyer's realtor is not going to be able to really set the price either. The person who ultimately sets the price is the buyer, because guess what? It's the buyer who is giving the money, right? So that's how much that buyer, after all negotiating and cajoling and persuading and highlighting the value, that's the most that buyer, which is more than any other buyer presently available for your property, is willing to pay. It doesn't matter how much you feel the price of your property should be. It doesn't matter how much money you owe on the property, or how much money you need to walk away with from the sale. It may be, but those are reasons why you decide not to sell your house, but that is not what sets the price for your property. Another thing that I think a lot of sellers really fail to understand is that a lot of buyers just won't make an offer on a property they feel is overpriced. And again, like I started this out by saying, if they don't see the value for the price that you're offering, they're not going to make an offer. And why is that? Why won't buyers just make an offer on a property they feel is overpriced? Because, a lot of sellers say, well, they can always throw me an offer. And that is true. Anybody can throw you an offer, whether your home is on the market or off the market, whether you're asking $10 million for it and is really likely to sell for just $1 million. Anyone can anyone can throw an offer at you. But the reality is that buyers just don't throw offers at people. Again, because it's like I said, if they don't see the correlation between value and price, they're going to feel that there's just too much of a distance between what they're willing to pay for it and what you're willing to accept for it. And so they don't write offers on your property. Another reason that overpricing your home really shoots you in the foot is that it instills no urgency whatsoever into the buyer. If the buyer comes to your house and they look at it and they say, wow, I really think this property is overpriced. Yeah, it's a nice property, but for my money, I'll see what else I can get. And maybe I'll come back to this property in a month or two if I'm still in the market and this home is still on the market. You create no urgency whatsoever for a buyer to act because they just feel like there's not going to be a whole bunch of people beating down the path to your door, and they think that if they wait, you will come down in price, at which point they might come back later on and start to negotiate with you after you've gotten perhaps a bit more realistic about what your property is actually to sell for. On the other hand, properties which are very well priced given the current market reality and the condition of your home, the location and the size and all that stuff, when buyers really do feel that your property is well priced, and they actually are real buyers, they really want to buy a house kind of like your house and they have the money to pay for it, what do you think they're going to do? Yeah, they're going to make an offer on your house. And you know what? Probably more than one buyer is going to make that offer on your house because more than one buyer will feel that same way about your house given the price that you are asking for it. And then some magic starts to happen. You're going to have some competition and the market will really start to speak volumes about just how much your house is worth, likely bidding that price up. Another real huge problem with overpricing your house is that what you do is you actually help sell the other houses. It makes the other houses look like better values. It makes the other houses look like bargains. It makes the buyer say, hey, well, I've seen this house over here, but that house is pretty overpriced, but compared to that one, this one is a much better value for me. So it really helps sell the other houses which you're competing against when the other houses appear to represent a better value for the price that is being asked for them. All right, well, enough explaining to you why it's bad to overprice your property. I began this video by telling you that I would show you the actual cost of overpricing your property. And the good folks at Compass, they have put together some charts. And I'm going to share two of those charts with you, only two. The first one is a combination of Santa Clara County and San Mateo County. And the other chart is a combination of Santa Cruz County and Monterey County. And it's going to show you how much in dollar terms it's going to cost you to overprice your home. All right, let's dig into it. So this slide right here is the Santa Clara County and San Mateo County combined. It shows four separate charts on this one slide. The first one it shows you is the average sale price to original list price percentage, and it is divided into two, no price reductions at all and at least one price cut prior to sale. And you can see that on average, homes which had no price reductions sold for 107% of original list price. And then homes which had to have a price cut, they sold for an average of 94% of original list price. That's a big, big difference. The next graph will show you the average days on market to offer acceptance. If you had no price reductions prior to going under contract, it took an average of 14 days. But look at this. It took an average of 55 days to get your home under contract. Don't forget that time is money. While you're holding on to your home, it's going to be costing you, your mortgage that you're making, your property tax, your insurance, upkeep, utility costs. There's a lot of costs that you incur by not selling your home quickly. All right, the third chart shows you the average dollar per square foot differential between having no price reductions and requiring at least one price cut prior to sale. You can see that the average price per square foot was 8% lower for homes which required a price reduction versus those that did not require a price reduction. Now, 8% of a $1 million sale, how much money is that? Why, I do believe that's $80,000. And a $2 million sale, we're talking $160,000 difference versus pricing your home correctly versus overpricing your property. That is incredible. And then the fourth chart here shows you the average sales price differential. And again, it's the same. It's 8%. You're going to sell an average of 8% below homes which required no price reduction. All right, well, that was very interesting. I found it very interesting anyway. But now we're going to look at Santa Cruz County and Monterey County. So check out this chart. It's very similar to the one for Santa Clara and San Mateo County. First up, we can see the average sale price to original list price percentage. And in Santa Cruz County and Monterey County, the average is for homes that required no price reduction, they sold for 102% of list price. But those homes which required at least one price reduction, they sold for 91% of original list price. Now let's look at the average days on market for homes that required no price reductions and ones that required at least one price reduction. As you can see here, the homes which had no price cuts prior to sale, 19 days on market average. And then the homes which required just at least one price cut, they had an average time on market of 77 days. My goodness, that is about 4 times longer to get your home sold if you have to reduce your price. And again, consider the holding costs, right? You know, mortgage, insurance, upkeep, utilities, opportunity costs. It's incredibly expensive to not get your home sold quickly. All right, now let's look at the average dollar per square foot differential, right? So homes which did not require any price cuts, again, those sold for 100%, compared to those which did require at least one price cut prior to sale, they sold for an average of 94% of price per square foot as those homes which required no price reduction. That's a 6% decrease in price if you have to have at least one price cut. And then the average sale price differential, again, it's the same 6% difference between those homes which required a price cut and those which did not require any price cut whatsoever. So again, you can figure it out. Okay, if your house is worth $1 million, so 6% of $1 million, that's $60,000. $2 million, that's $120,000. That is a very big difference in how much you're going to walk away with when you sell your house. So I hope that these two charts really clearly show you the actual cost, what it's going to cost you if you overprice your home and you have to do even one price reduction. You know, it's pretty easy to recognize when your house is overpriced, and one clear indication of that is when your home is taking longer to sell than all the other homes which are actually selling. If you see that, you know, homes that are in your neighborhood of a certain, you know, size and configuration, lot size and all that are selling in, say, you know, 25 days and you're on the market for 45 days, that is a pretty clear indication that your home is overpriced. And the best course of action for you, if you actually want to get the home sold, is bite the bullet and do a significant price reduction, because you're probably significantly overpriced to begin with, and then you really do need to break down into a lower price range so that you can attract a fresh set of eyes onto your property. And in fact, you may claw back some of those buyers who saw it before when it was at a higher price, and you may be able to reignite that momentum for the sale of your home. And possibly, if you do a big enough price reduction, get a bidding war going even after you've been on the market for a month or two, or possibly even 3. It can happen. You can do it, but it really needs to have, you know, that significant price reduction to generate buzz and excitement in the market and show the market that you are motivated and that you do want to get the home sold. And again, if you really get enough action on your property, you could get a sale price still way over your reduced asking price. I've seen it happen many times, and it can happen for you as well. So if you've gone too long on the market, you want to be really aggressive and bold with your price reduction, and then trust in the power of the market to bring the sale price up to what market will actually pay for it. All right, well, that's all I got for this video. And if you've enjoyed this video, if you found some value to it, I'm guessing you'll also enjoy some of these videos over here. These are some of the most popular videos here on my YouTube channel, so please do take those out. And don't forget to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. All right, that's all I got for this one. Thanks so much for watching, and please stay tuned.